that. As all the GMO and pharmacological crops and cross-species abominations and human cloning and chimeras, spider goats, it all glow-in-the-dark dogs, all of it racing forward. And we're talking about carbon dioxide and how we've got to have a totally stable climate with no change. The only thing that's stable is change. The only thing constant is change. The only thing that continues to happen is change. Anyone with a literal IQ of 60 points knows that. But they insult everyone's intelligence. I saw, no exaggeration, probably 25 articles or more last week. Mainstream headlines, Smithsonian, NASA, Washington Post, CBS. No one questions climate change. It's now not global warming. And then quotes about we must not have climate change denial and we must get the taxes in place to do it. And Obama's going to act with executive orders regardless to protect us from climate change. When giant asteroids hit the Earth all the time, there's huge volcanoes everywhere. How many civilizations got covered in lava in 5 minutes like Pompeii? Krakatoa. It's just ridiculous. We're on a planet that hadn't even cooled with about a mile, 2 mile thick, depending on where you're at, some places even thinner, floating islands of mountains and seas flying at hundreds of thousands of miles an hour through space, orbiting a sun out on the edge of a galaxy. And we really are worshiping Hollywood stars and Obama and red carpets. I mean, give me a break. Go out to West Texas when it's a clear sky and no moon. You'll just fall to your knees. It's like the stars are just coming down. The stars are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. What's that song I remember singing when I was a kid? The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. I mean, that's incredible. What's the Bible say? You can see God's handiwork in the firmament. And it is shifting from looking at the dirt and the amoeba-like globalist and shifting and seeing the big picture, transcending them. Just that thought alone begins the journey of escaping this devilish construct they're trying to build. This technological terror they've constructed, to quote Darth Vader. The arrogance and the hubris of the wicked. The fool and his money are quickly parted. More like the fool is quickly parted from his own consciousness and free will. And all I want people to do is to think for themselves. The minute we heard about a beheading and a man trying to behead another person, I mean, we knew what it was going to be. And it's hype. This guy, the so-called suspect, even though he was seen by over 100 people, Alton Nolan, was killed by the CEO of the company in Oklahoma who had his concealed carry. And within a minute and a half of the attack happening, the head of the company went in, the AP reports, and the police report. They were finally forced to report this. This was out on Saturday. He wounded him. A man fired from an Oklahoma food processing plant beheaded a woman with a knife, was attacking another worker when he was shot and wounded by a company official, police said Friday. Alton Nolan, having a Freudian slip saying killing him. I wish he would have killed him. Because that's a true crime of hate, to be able to take a knife and go in and saw somebody's head off. And see, young males that haven't had good fatherly role models, it's just a statistical fact, are 4 to 7 times more likely to end up in prison, to end up being violent, to end up being thugs. It's the exact same statistics for a white kid or a black kid, except that blacks are 2 or 3 times more likely to be illegitimate now. And we've talked a lot about this. And so instead of being a gangster now, because he was into being that previously on his Facebook, a Godfather, Mac Daddy gangster, Then in the last 6 months, he got into radical Islam, started attending radical mosque, and then, well, look what happened. And it's a pure copycat hype event. But what about real ISIS sleeper cells?
Are you happy doing your laundry with perfume detergents that irritate your skin? Are you happy washing your hands with stinking fragrances that gives your skin rashes? Are you happy paying new, higher prices for smaller boxes? Find your happiness today with our 1 to 4 year supply of pure soaps or our 1 to 2 month sampler with bar soap, shampoo, laundry, and dish soap at 5starsoap.com. You deserve the best. Happiness is 5starsoap.com.
Are you ready to surrender your right to buy body armor? No joke. Congress is now trying to outlaw civilian body armor. And if House Bill H.R. 5344 becomes law, you can kiss your right to protect yourself against rifle bullets goodbye. Don't put off your body armor purchase any longer. Go now to InfidelBodyArmor.com. Thousands of military veterans trust their lives to Infidel Body Armor. You should too. Spelled I-N-F-I-D-E-L. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
We all have our own idea about what being safe and secure means. The door's locked, bills are paid, you've got a job that keeps the lights on, and a home to call your own. But what happens when Mother Nature throws a curveball?
I'm telling you to take cover.
Are you prepared to live without electricity or passable roads for weeks at a time? Do you even have a plan B? If you do, are you willing to bet your life on it?
Children left with no homes.
And no one's coming to help them.
The first step towards self-reliance in the face of disaster is a visit to MyPatriotSupply.com. There you'll find the absolute best prices on storable foods, non-GMO seeds, emergency water filtration devices, and so much more. All orders over $49 qualify for free shipping in the lower 48 states. Call 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927 and speak to one of our preparedness advisors today. Or visit us at MyPatriotSupply.com. Remember, before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare.
If you have candida overgrowth, just taking antifungal agents or starving yourself of sweets does not address the cause. Candida overgrowth is the result of a toxic, damaged, acidic, low oxygen, and inflamed tissue environment. The goal should be to remove the toxins, heal damaged tissues, restore healthy pH, eliminate inflammation, and feed beneficial bacteria. Previous usage of antibiotics or steroids or exposure to mercury or other toxins can damage many cells in the GI tract and body that make you prone to candida overgrowth. Removing toxins and healing tissues should be the goal. One World Whey is a whey protein food that supports detoxification, repair of tissues, and elimination of inflammation, healthy pH, and growth of beneficial bacteria. One World Whey is duly reformulated to be higher in protein and lower in carbohydrate. We believe One World Whey is an excellent food to support your efforts to create a healthy internal body environment. Call 888-988-3325 or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworldwhey.com.
You've heard about the essential qualities of iodine when it comes to your well-being, and you've read the opinions of top experts regarding this good member of the halogen family. Still, reports indicate that iodine is absent in sufficient amounts from the daily lives of countless people worldwide. Now, our extra-strength new nascent iodine formula is here, Survival Shield X2, leading the way into the next generation of super high-quality nascent iodine. InfoWars Life Survival Shield X2 is derived from 200+ million-year-old salt solutions found more than 7,000 feet below the Earth's surface. The result is a unique nascent iodine that is both concentrated and free of unwanted additives, genetically modified ingredients, and completely vegan. We even pre-screen our Survival Shield X2 iodine for radiation. Pure, clean, and sourced from deep within the Earth, X2 nascent iodine is available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsStore.com, or call 1-888-253-3139.
I don't have to see for miles and miles, even though I can, to see a screw job in the making happening right in front of me. Here's an example. The U.S. ambassador to the UN said about a week and a half ago, we played the clip here 2 or 3 times, that, yeah, of course, taking out ISIL is about taking out Assad, their arch enemy, who's done nothing but fought al-Qaeda for 4 years with our government arming him. And now the Saudi Arabian ambassador to the U.S., the video's up on Infowars.com, came out on 60 Minutes yesterday and said, yeah, we need to take out ISIL, take out Assad. That's how dumb they think we are. It first aired on 60 Minutes. It also then aired on This Morning with anchor Nora O'Donnell. I'm not even going to play the clip, okay? It's just so insulting that, you know what? I don't start fights. I don't back invading countries that haven't done anything and blowing up every church. It's not rocket science to say it's wrong for our government and NATO for 4 years. I know I keep harping on this, but it's just so incredible how dumb they think we are, and I guess we are. To be pumping billions of dollars in, 600 tons of weapons just the last month or so, as Senator Paul talked about, into ISIS. They're not getting whole warehouses of armored vehicles and U.S. Special Forces trucks and U.S. M16s at military bases we just left in eastern or western Iraq. They've been given them. And our military is completely freaked out, and they should be. And all of this is about covering Obama's butt and Hillary Clinton's and the rest of them, and Senator Graham and Senator McCain, who's so angry at Rand Paul, who keeps saying, you met with ISIS. And then he goes, that's ridiculous. Well, actually, I did, but so what? You should go meet with them, too. And then all these headlines, Rand Paul got caught in a hoax. McCain never met with anybody. Bull! I remember 2 years ago showing the video, the photos. He was proud of it. And half the guys he met with are the leaders of Islamic State. But they think you're so dumb, they're still up there lying about it. And now the Saudi Arabian ambassador to the U.S. tells CBS News, yeah, it's about taking out Assad after we take out ISIS. What? It's about turning that place over to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia conquered it before. Last century. Syria. Damascus. And so it's just all about smoke. So everybody's like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Oh, I guess we had to take them out. Well, of course Al-Qaeda needs to be destroyed. It's horrible. And let me tell you, people say, Alex, you're the one always saying terror is fake. Why are you saying Islamic State's a real threat now? Well, I always said there's different types of terror. There's purely provocateur. There's wind-up toys where you find mentally ill people, get them to do it. There's systems where you open the door for terrorists to attack and use the NSA systems to make sure other agencies that are doing their job aren't able to stop them. Because literally like 98% of the government is compartmentalized. It didn't know this stuff was going on. Now that it's all out in the open, it's the decompartmentalization that could destroy the New World Order, folks. I remember 3 years ago at Bilderberg, we got the intel from sources inside that they were having main meetings about how to spin that they weren't behind Al-Qaeda and how to cover it up. The head of NATO was there. And they were really upset because their narrative was being disrupted. And the fact that Arab Spring had been launched by them was starting to come out. And so now Obama's running around saying, we were caught flat-footed. Well, I got bad intelligence. Bad intelligence. They have armed over 100,000 of these jihadis, bare minimum, given them the weapons, turned them loose all over the place. And the media has backed them, overthrowing Libya, Syria, Egypt, and other areas. You all saw them do that. So this is a challenge here. Are we this dumb? Well, let me tell you, the public may be dumb. The military's not. They all know the players. They all know what's going on. Let me tell you who else knows. Quote, law enforcement. Only because they actually have to study these groups and organizations. And so they know this is completely phony. So the question is, do you trust a government that's doing stuff like this? That's all I'm saying. Because when we come back, the next phase that I've been warning you about is beheadings in America, then mass shootings of schools, factories, universities, federal buildings, and a big truck full of plastic explosives rolling right into the White House. When Obama will be gone, don't worry when they do that. Oh, he'll be such a hero. Or the president took off a helicopter a minute before when they got a warning. I mean, I'm throwing out these scenarios because I know how they work, so they can't pull them. And believe me, I'm not being arrogant. They watch, they listen, and then this decompartmentalizes all the Secret Service and other people that are good to know what to look for. They could blow up Congress, folks.